Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Eloise. So we're on to the last row of the Kiss palette, which, what was it called? Oh, the Spaceman. So I've done is this row? Yeah, we're doing rows. I was like, or is it columns? Columns are up and down, all right? Rows are across. So I think my mind's not working today, you all. So this is the row. So I've done a look with all those three. And so far, I don't mind this palette. The only thing that I've noticed the difference with, to be fair, is the metallic shades. I don't think they're as creamy or as like popping as other palettes, but that doesn't mean it's bad either. It's just different, if that makes sense. I'm wearing the lip. I will say today, did I? No, I did not. I was going to say, did I not? Yeah. The first time I wore this lip, I had moisturized my lips with what did I put on that particular day? I think it was my Lawless. No, it wasn't. I did it with the Too Faced. That's what I used. But I didn't use this. I used the lip balm. That's what I used. I've been using that actually. But today I decided not to do that, even though you should nourish your lips, but I didn't. But I decided just to put it on as I was done my face, you know what I mean? So I did the lip liner and the lipstick, and I actually like it better like this. And here is why. I like this formula, and I noticed that if I moisturize prior to putting this on, I don't know about you all, but my lips shrink throughout like the day. Whereas if I go like this just wears nicely throughout the day. Now my lips don't look as plump and stuff like that, sure. But like I said, throughout the day that plumpness goes away anyway because the moisture goes, you know what I mean? And this is kind of like my natural lip, so therefore this is the way it stays all day. You know what I mean? Of course it wears off, but it wears off very, very nicely. I will say my cheeks are popping today. Wait until you see what I used. I don't know why I chose it, but I did. So for foundation, I am wearing my It Cosmetics CC cream, the illumination one. For concealer, I am wearing the Natasha Denona concealer. I set with the Rimmel Stay Matte under the eyes in T-zone. The rest of the face, I set with my Bare Minerals. Then for bronzer, I'm using the Makeup Revolution bronzer. For blush, hold on, let me show you what I used for blush, y'all. You're going to think I'm crazy because when I looked at it, I thought you are crazy. You really are. So it's called Night Bloom. That's what I used. But hear me out. And I don't know how it turned out like this. I really don't. I only used the purple side. None of that got into this. Okay. Like I pinpointed this. Okay. Pinpoint. Like I literally just went boom, boom on that side and applied. So why it looks like I used both, but I did not. So I can't imagine if I would have dipped into this shade, what this would have looked like. Because let me tell you, it's bright. I wanted a pink though. I should have just grabbed my Dior pink or the strawberry shortcake pink, but I didn't. Then for highlighter, I'm wearing the Jaclyn Hill highlighter in Iced. So that is what is on my face. The eye, I pretty much tried to use everything from the Kiss collection, except for those black and white eye things, the paint. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why I in my head I thought, oh, I'll use it, but I know better, and you do too. Okay, so if you think you're going to use it, you're not, and if you do, you'll use it once. Be real with yourself when you're making these purchases, please. Money is tight, you know. So let's go ahead and get started. The first shade we're going to go into is Shock Me. And to be fair, money is tight, so I mean, do you need any of this, to be fair? You know what I mean? Keep this in mind. Like, really, that's why I really went in hard with this palette. And I think I'm going to do that with any palette I purchase. I'm really going to go in hard on these palettes because, or not hard, but show you, multiple looks because, like, I don't want you to waste your money. I don't. Or the fear of missing out. If you're not going to use it, you're not going to have any fear of missing out. So you have it. Like, unless it's special to you in some way, what's it matter? Is it just, it's just going to sit there, you know? Yeah, you'll know you'll have it, but if you don't ever get use out of it, and don't get me wrong, there's some things I get joy just by looking at. That right there. I don't use that anymore. But I love it. I love how it just says glow. I look up to that. I mean, I don't look up to that. Like, I look up to that. But I look at that. And it reminds me, you know, when I first got into makeup. Again, it just put the glow kind of on my face. And I can still use that. Don't get me wrong. And I have. But it's not something I grab for often. And I don't know what it is about that. I really don't. But I really do love that little palette for some reason. There's just something special about it. But then there's things that, you know, I have that I'm like, why? I knew better. And you know better. You do. Now, whether you want to be a fool like myself, that's up to you. You know, I'll be the first to admit when I'm a fool. But so far, and I really did think this palette was going to be foolish of me. I am not going to lie. I really, really, truly thought this palette is going to be so foolish. We're going to take Shock Me and run it under the lower lash line. Because, A, we all know I don't like green. There's one row out. Well, first, let's just go. I'm not a Kiss fan. Like, I'm not what is it? Part of the Kiss Army. You know, I maybe know a couple of their songs and that's that. But anyway, like, I'm not a fan of that. So that takes me out of the, you know, sentimental value. Then we look at the palette. Well, green is definitely not my color. So that's a whole row out. Then, you know, to be fair, the red row, like the black, I don't ever use a black really. Like, I don't ever go this deep and dark really. So, you know, the purple row, sure. That's, if you're just looking at the palette, the purple row is definitely me. The blue row, it could be me. I don't mind a blue, but it has to have a brown. This does not have a brown, which you'll notice I'm not wearing a brown in this look either. But with all that said, I will say this palette surprised me. I kept an open mind, and it did surprise me in the fact that I actually liked the devil row. I actually liked the cat row, the Catman row, which is the red and the green row. I knew the Star Child was going to be it. And I knew I could make the Spaceman work. You know, I'm going to do it like this, but even at the worst case scenario, I could bring my bronzer into it, you know? I knew I didn't need that paint. I knew I didn't need that mascara. So, really, the only thing with that said, it's like I shouldn't even have got this, right? But I am glad I did for the palette. The lipstick, I like this. But is this something I'm going to wear often? Probably not. But it is nice to have a red. But I also have the Betty Boop red, but it is a different red, a different shade. So that's neither here nor there, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say yes or no to either one of them. Those are just like not a hit, but not a miss. You know what I mean? Where the mascara and the black and white paint stuff, that was a miss for me. I knew that. But mascara has surprised me. Look at them. Like, it's not bad now. Like, it's not bad mascara. It's not the best. Please don't get that twisted. It is not the best mascara. Like, I am going to pay for my Gucci and my Lash Clash over that any day of the week. But does it work? Yes, it does. It's not like previous mascara, so it has gotten better. They have improved. They can still improve them a little more, to be fair. But let's go into Dress to Kill. But as far as the palette, I can't really complain. Like, it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. And again, I have went in with a very light hand, knowing, better with Glamlite shadows. Don't go in with a heavy hand. If you do that, I think you're going to like the palette. I do. Also, the metallics, they are different than before. So if those are the kind of metallics you like, I don't know then. Because again, it's not like these are bad, but they are different nonetheless, just so you know. They are very different. So keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, this palette's pretty good, to be fair. And I'm really glad I have done it this way. I know it's kind of boring using the same palette over and over again to see somebody use it, but you are seeing it being used in different ways. And maybe, you were on the fence and this is telling you which way to go, whether to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy it or to go ahead and just close the gate on it. That's up to you. But that's what I'm trying to help you with, like to tell you. And from a beginner's point of view. Not a makeup artist, not a guru, just a consumer who took their own money. What would I respend my money on? I would respend it on the palette. I would. Going back into Shock Me. Again, if the lipstick is your color, go for it. It's a good formula. If not, skip it. The mascara, see, that's the only one I don't know. The paint, skip it if you're not going to use it. I can tell you that now, the black and white face paint. Or the eye primer, whatever you want to call that. The mascara is the only thing I'm iffy about because it isn't bad. It's not. But again, I guess, do you need a mascara? It's kind of like the lipstick. Here nor there. Like, I'm not going to repurchase it. Am I glad I got it to try it? Yes, because they finally came out with a mascara that I like. That's okay, we'll say. So that's nice, but at the same time, it's nothing like revolutionary by no means. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the shade Magic Touch. And this color is so pretty. I really like this color. And I'm just going to place that on the outer portion of my lid. Like, I could see you taking that all the way across the lid. I'm not, because it'd be too dark for me and my personal, look. But if you did, look at that. It's so pretty. It reminds me of, the night sky. It even looks like the night sky with stars and stuff. It's so pretty. I wish I could rock this look, but I can't. And that's the other thing. I don't feel like I rock these looks because I'm just not a rocker. But I can say they're pretty. I can say that much to it. It's beautiful. But it's just not me, and that's okay. The strawberry shortcake is me, okay? That's me, in a nutshell. Detroit Rock City. This is a pretty color, too. And again, the gradient effect they have, stunning. It is absolutely stunning. I think that's what I'm most I found the most excitement in with this palette is the gradient effect that it gives. Because I just didn't, I assumed it, but I couldn't, I'm not a makeup artist. I couldn't see it, until actually using it and seeing the colors, to each other. And then I was like, oh wow, that is so pretty. So, so pretty. How they did the gradient effect. For the waterline, I'm using the ColourPop Making Waves eyeliner. I've never had an issue really with ColourPop, but that eyeliner's dried out. And I know that it's been a while since that collection came out, but I've never had any other eyeliner. There are other eyeliners I've never did that, and this one has, and I don't know why, because they're all stored the same. And I know I have collections prior to that. This collection that's like Hocus Pocus, and it still works fine. Royal Beauty Christie, it still works fine. Like, I have 1,000 different ones prior to this, but yet this one, and I don't know, I don't know about the rest of them, but this one today, it was a struggle to get that to work, just to be honest. So I don't know if they've changed their formula. I don't know what's going on there. We're going to go into the Spaceman, and I am going to put that in the inner corner. And I will say that I didn't use a shade in the green look that I did, because I didn't think it would look right. I could definitely be wrong. It could look beautiful for all I know. But I will say that even with that said, I have used it in the other three as inner corner. So I do consider this an all-in-one palette for me. But you could use it with the green look. And I kind of like that, to be fair. Do I wish they had at least one more, or every column or every row had its own inner corner? Yeah, but at the same time, I get it. And they did at least choose a color that would work for, sure, 3 out of the 4, but possibly 4 out of the 4 rows. So that is pretty cool in itself, that I like about the palette. Where's my... Oh, there he is. There she is. I don't know why she's a she, but this brush is. I said he. I call this a she, and this one's a he. I don't know. It's just what I've done, and I cannot find my mirror. Oh, right in front of my face. Sure. Okay, so we're going to go into Dress to Kill, the dark blue shade again, and I'm going to line the top lash line and the bottom lash line. So if you've watched all 4 of these videos, which row did you like the best? Like, whether on me or just in general, like on yourselves, if you purchased the palette, which row was your favorite? Or did you mix it up when you created your looks? Just curious. Because I am curious if you did mix them up, like picked one shadow from each of the rows to create a look. How that would look, trying to combine these shadows. Because again, I am not a makeup artist, so colors, theory, all out the window when it comes to me. So I wouldn't even know like where to begin, what color from what row to start with, you know what I mean? But I am curious on what you all would do. Because technically, I would have to use, like if I use the Spaceman, that would be the blue row. And I would have to use that for inner corner, unless I brought in something, you know? The car's out there. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at my big mirror here, or not my big mirror, it's a small mirror, but it magnifies. My magnifying mirror. That eyeliner is already off my eyes, actually. So I don't know what's up with that. I have never had a color pop out, and maybe I've just been lucky, I don't know. But I have never had one do that to me before. So that is just interesting to me. But I'll say that, too, I'm going back into Shock Me now and run it under the lower lash line. I will say I think they did a pretty good job. Now, did they do a good job representing Kiss? I'm not a fan of Kiss. But I think from what I've seen, they did. But, you all tell me. But as far as like a cohesive palette, putting colors together, getting different looks and stuff, I think they did a good job. And I kind of like it. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of like this palette a lot. We're gonna use the primer for the lashes. And did I see that coming? No, I didn't. What I did see coming was the formula being really good, as always. And that, you know, I'd get some decent looks out of it that I'd feel comfortable wearing. Not like this. Like, I felt, I felt comfortable in all of the looks. Except, now, when I did the, ow, this hurts. It's gonna make my eye water. Please do not poke yourself. I have never felt a harder brush in my life than this. I'll say that too. Yeah, it's watering already. I mean, I barely. Anyway, I don't. I'd skip the mascara now. Now I'm at it. It hurt me. I'm done. Mascara's a no. Anyway, I didn't like the black lip I did in the one. I think it was the devil look, but like the look itself, the eye look, I didn't mind. And in all of them, I felt pretty. And I was able to wear them. Did I feel completely confident? No. But in this look, in the purple look, I for sure do. I really like this blue look. Even though I don't have a brown, I still like this look. And to be fair, if I pulled my bronzer into this look, I know 100% I'd like this look. So for me, this palette is an A. I give it an A. I don't give it an A+. I don't give it the A+ because A, there's no sentimental value to me. B, the formula is changed, but it's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing to the metallic shades. And C, the color story's not exactly me, but I can make it enough of me. They gave me that at least. So I give it an A. Whereas, like the Chucky palette or the Jason palette, I give them an A+. Because there's a little bit of, sentimental value there. My mother. She's twisted. I'm just gonna say it. But we watched it. Anyway, so there's that memories of watching those shows. And Nightmare on Elm Street too. But that didn't really, I don't know about those palettes. But anyway, back to those two, because those two were my favorites. The Chucky one, Jason almost knocked it out, and I thought he did, but I don't think he did. I think the Chucky is still my favorite palette. And even though that color story is so dark and stuff, there's just something about that palette that I just really like. So with that one, like the Chucky palette, I give it an A++++. Like, this one's just an A, if you get my point. So in reality, if I was just doing letters and no pluses, I would say that this is probably a B palette. Just saying. But that's just my own personal, that's just preference, based. But, I mean, it is still a pretty palette. And the more I look at this look, the more I'm really liking this look. Which is surprising because, to be fair, I was really going to say that the purple look was my favorite. That was the one I was going to say was my favorite. But now, I'm going to wait and really look at it here in a minute and let you know. But I'm curious on your all's thoughts. Like, what's yours? I gotta know. I can't even get this white primer covered up on my lashes. What is going on? Oh, maybe I didn't let it dry. I don't know. I will say the mascara does not smudge either, if you're wondering. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't flake. As far as that goes. The brush is just too pokey. Both of them. And B, like, it's not that it's not doing anything, but it's not doing that much. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to do here, y'all. I'm trying to cover up the white from the primer. Alright. Good enough. Alright, let's look. Alright. I'm trying to remember the purple look. Yeah. I'm going to say that this is my favorite look. This is my personal favorite look. The lip, the eyes, everything. I think with the purple look, I wore this lip, and I think if I didn't wear the lip in the purple look, maybe the purple look would have been better. But I feel like just overall, minus the hair, because, well, we're on day something of it. I'm not even for sure what day we're on of it now. Day 2. I don't know. But minus the hair, like the rest of the makeup, the look, everything, I think it just goes. Personally. But let me know down in the comments. Let me know which one was your favorite, which row. I really hope these videos helped because I really don't want you guys to waste money. Don't be a fool like me. Just don't do it. If I can help you save anything, please. But at least you got to see how the shadows perform. There was no patchiness. There was the pigment is there. It was blendable, buildable. Like, there is no issue with the mattes at all. At all. Know that the metallics are different. They are different than past palettes, but not in a bad way, but not in a good way either, okay? If I had to choose, I choose past palette metallics, okay? I would, but say this was their first palette, then I would say this is wonderful. You know what I mean? But just so you know. But the color stories, the gradient effect, they nailed it all. Chef's kiss. I give it to them. Chef's kiss palette. There you go. I need help. I gotta go. Alright, I will see y'all later. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, unless there's a new launch or just pushing out videos for you all. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.